Welcome to The American Dream, a show now airing in over 50 cities across the country that brings you stories about entrepreneurship, success, real estate, and lifestyle. This week's episode brings you local stories from your own market first. And then we head to Nevada, California, and Texas to take a tour of a few neighborhoods, courtesy of local professionals. Stay tuned. This week, we travel around the country for some great sights. I'm your host, Jem Morris, and welcome to The American Dream.
We do it in the spirit of going against the grain in the negative media, giving inspiring information, and having people walk away from our show with something of value.
You're seeing a disruption in both the real estate and the mortgage space.
A lot of people are just not willing to put in the work.
What video does is that it demands an emotional response.
You know what I love about the show? It's totally unscripted.
This week's national story is about communities across the country. But stay tuned, because first we hear from a real estate professional in your city. Let's listen to what they have to share this week.
And welcome to The American Dream. We're Team Antonia Quanstrom, and today we're taking you to one of our favorite neighborhoods in Walnut Creek, Tice Valley. This is Antonia Quanstrom, and I'm Sharon Vanny, but we'd like to tell you a little bit about the history of the Tice Valley neighborhood today, as well as show you a couple of homes, some of our favorites. And Antonia's going to lead the way.
I can't wait to show you this beautiful home. It's amazing. Come on in. I am so excited to show you this very cool house. It's set in the heart of Tice Valley, where most of the homes were built in the 50s and 60s. This home was built in 1965, but boy, they took a typical Tice Valley rancher and they morphed it into a very cool mid-century modern home. This home is sleek, it has an urban vibe, and it's super cool and beautiful. Check this out. The kitchen has been beautifully updated, beautiful movement in the granite slab counters, rich dark cabinetry, stainless steel appliances, lovely views out of all the windows. The dining room is luxurious, and the cellars made a phenomenal wine alcove with a custom wine storage for 160 bottles, plus a wine fridge with a very sleek leather countertop. Another thing I really love about this home is the fantastic open floor plan. So many people want to be connected between the kitchen and the living space, and this home offers it thanks to a little tweaking and remodeling and moving a few walls. So it's a great functional floor plan for so many families. What I really want to do now, though, is show you this amazing master suite and the bathroom. Let's go take a look. This is the master suite. It's amazing. It has its own private deck, but what I really want to show you is its bathroom. It rocks. Come on in. So check this place out. Isn't it amazing? I really love the curbless walk-in shower, but my favorite part is the really dreamy soaking tub with a waterfall faucet. It's crazy. Check it out.
Sorry.
And we can't leave without showcasing a little bit about the backyard, which has been beautifully designed to reflect the character of the home and offers ample room for wonderful entertaining. Come check this out. Hi again, here we are at another beautiful home in Tice Valley. In fact, this property is located very close to the home we just visited, but it's very different in design, isn't it?
Yes.
This is a traditional home, while the other one was more urban and contemporary. And this property, while it's similar in size, has a more traditional design. The yard is also different in that it's located on a flat half-acre lot adjacent to a creek. In fact, it's called Tice Creek, which runs through Tice Valley. I think you'll enjoy this property. It's beautiful.
Come on inside.
home is really special too, in that we had a lot of fun working with our sellers to get it ready for market, especially this one room, and I really want you to see it. Come this way. Really, Sharon? I can't take you anywhere.
Oh, sorry.
And Sharon, didn't we have a lot of fun working with these clients to get their home ready?
Yes, we sure did.
We really did. They were great. We got to work with them to get 2 bathrooms ready, remodeled, updated. This bathroom has been completely redone, all new finishes. It was so much fun, wasn't it?
Yes, and shameless plug, we can do the same for you if you have a house that you need to get ready for market. We have a program where you can update your home and get it ready with no upfront costs and no interest. So call us about that.
It's really a cool program. We love working with our sellers to get the most for their home. And again, we want to thank you for visiting us today in Tice Valley. You have a great day, and thank you from Team Antonia Quanstrom. Bye-bye.
Our first national story of the week is presented by the venerable Bill Gaylord and lovely Delinda Crampton. Let's hear Delinda's firsthand experience about what's great in Henderson, Nevada.
Bill Gaylord here with the American Dream, and I am with power player Delinda Crampton of the Crampton team at Berkshire Hathaway. And Delinda, I love going out with you all the time to all these places. It looks like we are out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, it looks like we're in the middle of the desert. You never know where I'm going to take you, do you?
No, never.
So fun. And right now we're actually in Henderson, and developers have more than 36 projects going on in Henderson, and more than 30 of them are right here in West Henderson. And I tell you, this has always been known as kind of a sleepy part of the town, but it is now the talk of the town due to what is right beside us here.
It is the Raiders' new training facility in Henderson.
Raiders!
Go Raiders!
I have to tell you, so in this facility, there is going to be 1.5 football fields.
Huge.
And an additional 3 football fields outside.
Oh my gosh. Isn't there seating for fans too? Is that coming?
Of course. And get this,
awesome.
The city of Henderson sold them this land for half the appraised value.
Oh my God, what a great deal. And it looks like we're right next to the Henderson Executive Airport.
We are.
Where you took me on a flight last month,
yes.
right? We flew right over there.
Last month, All In Aviation was awesome. They let me get behind the wheel, and I was actually piloting the plane. And I tell you, this was part of our flight path, the Raiders training facility. And then we went over some of the residential areas. And get this, in the next 30 years, the residents here in West Henderson population is expected to multiply by 5 times.
I love Henderson. It is growing so much, and this is just such a big part of it.
Everywhere you look. And right now, I'm going to take you to one of the fastest growing areas in West Henderson.
All right, let's go.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Right now, we are in Inspirada, and Bill, I tell you, it's kind of like a town unto itself.
I mean, when we came here, I just felt like we kept going and going
and going and going.
It's like on 1,500 acres?
Yes, and right now there are 3 builders who are building, including one of my all-time favorites here in town, Toll Brothers, and we're going to go check out one of their model homes.
Great. Let's go see it.
Bill, this is the Bryce model, and it's considered desert contemporary in style.
Boy, I can certainly see why Toll Brothers is one of your favorite builders.
You know, they really build a beautiful product for a beautiful community.
Well, tell me about the community, because it's so nice.
It has so much to offer. There's 4 parks, and those parks have all kinds of ball fields, playgrounds, pools. There's a cafe for those that need their Java fix like me. And then they've got their own STEM charter school. They've got an elementary school. They've got a middle school. And those public schools are ranked in the top 10 in the whole state of Nevada.
It doesn't get much better than that, does it?
No, it really doesn't. And I tell you, all this development has caused an expansion in the commercial development right down the road on St. Rose Parkway, and that's where we're headed next.
Well, let's go see it.
Let's go. Now we're on St. Rose Parkway, and Bill, I tell you, it's really become a commercial district. And speaking of commercial, Amazon made a big splash in the news when they announced they were opening a warehouse in Henderson.
Yes.
And now right behind us, we've got the new Costco.
Well, you know, Delinda, you've made it as a city when you have a Costco in town. It's
Oh yeah,
awesome.
Everyone loves Costco.
Definitely.
And you know, in addition to that, I tell you, everywhere you turn, there is a new restaurant popping up. And interestingly enough, there's even a dentist office right next door to the Costco. So I tell you, Henderson is such a great place.
It is such a great place, and it's on the Bloomberg 50 best places to live list.
You know, and on top of that, it's on the FBI's top 5 safest cities to live in.
And that's good for you,
That
right?
is good for me because I live in Henderson. And for me, I love living here, and it is part of living my American dream.
Our next story takes us just about 40 miles west of Los Angeles to a lake community that is largely accessible by water. Let's meet Darren Humphrey as he takes us on a boat tour of Westlake Village.
Hi, I'm Darren Humphrey at Aviara Real Estate. I'm just about a mile from my office here at the beautiful Westlake Lake. This spot that I'm at here is called the Landing Shopping Center. It's got great restaurants, great shopping, office buildings, and of course this beautiful lake. Let's go. I want to show you where some of the restaurants are, take you on a boat ride. I want to first show you the Westlake Village Yacht Club. Great place for parties and dining. You can imagine sitting here outside in the evenings when it gets dark and looking at the lights across the water. Just such a peaceful, relaxing place to spend an afternoon or an evening. So in addition to the shopping center and restaurants that I showed you, the lake offers incredible waterside living. You know, this is what you wake up to every day. There's really something for everybody here on the Westlake Village Lake. I'd like to introduce you to my associate, Teresa, who came along to join me for this beautiful afternoon on the lake. We're about to enjoy some sushi, relax a little bit. What could be better than this? Well, thanks so much for joining us on this incredible boat ride. Now we're going to go take a look at a beautiful listing that I have right nearby. Hi, welcome to this beautiful home that I have listed for sale at 1524 Thornhill Avenue in Westlake Village. The home is definitely open concept living. The family room area centered around the beautiful stone fireplace opens right up to the dining area. Further in, the kitchen, which has brand new cabinets, brand new appliances, and a nice sliding glass door that takes you out to the backyard. In fact, let's go in the backyard. I can't wait to show you the view. As you can imagine, when I'm showing this house to a prospective buyer and we come in the backyard, I don't really have to say anything at all because the view absolutely speaks for itself. You can come home after a day of work, maybe even an afternoon on the lake, sit in your backyard and enjoy the relaxing view that you can see right behind me. So here we are in the master bedroom. You can see the beautiful view behind me. This is what you'd be able to wake up to every day. Once again, I'm Darren Humphrey. Thank you so much for taking this tour of Westlake Village and of 1524 Thornhill Avenue with me. I look forward to seeing you around town. Thanks.
This week is about neighborhood tours, and who better to give a tour than the mayor? Let's learn about Menlo Park in the San Francisco Bay Area, courtesy of Tamika Ellsworth.
So I'm your host, Tamika Ellsworth, top Bay Area home strategist and educator. Located in one of the major meccas of Silicon Valley is Menlo Park, Belhaven's neighborhood, District 1. And it's shining even brighter because they first elected their first African-American female mayor, Cecilia Taylor. Mayor Taylor is born and raised here in the Belhaven area, and she has big plans to not only preserve the culture of the neighborhood, but to also embrace big major tech companies such as Facebook that are coming in and inevitably changing the landscape of the area. We're going to talk a little bit with her and kind of share her heart a little bit about what she plans to do and also what future plans she has for this area of Menlo Park. So we're here at Carl Clark Park. I'm joined now by Mayor Taylor. Mayor Taylor, thank you so much for agreeing to just really share your heart about the city that you're representing. This is one of your first initiatives of neighborhood preservation. Talk to you a little bit about why it's important for monuments in this community. And number two, being from here, why it was important for you to make sure you ran for office.
Mr. Carl E. Clark, I learned more about him after his death than I did before, and he lived to be 100 years old.
Wow.
He actually was my father's mentor and lived in the community since around 1954.
Wow.
Once I found out that he helped build the Boys and Girls Club, he contributed to the community center as well. It made sense to honor him in some kind of a way in the community. When we have something named after a community member, it gives an opportunity and also empowerment tools to our youth to look at, well, this person literally lived across the street from me and contributed A, B, and C.
Wow, yes.
And what can I be doing? The second part, as far as my contribution to the community, was really looking at my core values of, one, how I can be most effective, and two, how can I encourage more of my community members to be engaged civically and then also continue the civic engagement. So I try to inspire and be inspired because the world is tough and we don't always have to look at what makes us feel bad. We can always look at what makes us feel good. So celebrating it.
Right, and it's extremely important to you because, as I mentioned before, you are a native of this area.
Yes.
How has that contributed to you becoming mayor?
Well, that was when I left the community about a little over 20 years ago and came back and just thought about what more I could be doing, how I can be effective in my community activism. And so I decided to run for office. It wasn't anything planned. It just happened, but also to offer that new perspective to the city council and also to bring in my values of integrity, transparency, accountability, and inclusion.
In 1917 to 1918, a large portion of Menlo Park was at the site of Camp Fremont, a training camp for approximately 27,000 men being sent to fight in World War I. The camp was dismantled after the war, but Army engineers paved the first streets in Menlo Park and laid the first water and gas lines. The Army did retain the camp hospital, and it is now the site of a Veterans Administration hospital off of Will Road in Menlo Park. We're here at the Onetta Harris Community Center, and this is a very important staple in the community.
There are 4 different functions from this space here. We have the community center, we have the Menlo Park Senior Center, we have the Belhaven Youth Center, and we also have the pool.
Can you talk a little bit about the people that are here that actually make up this community center as long as with the community?
We have people like Miss Dorothy, who's active and she's well into her 90s. And also just thinking about activism, our business owners are active as well.
Right.
Our barbershop owner, the family that makes our wonderful pan dulces,
Nice.
and then also backyard. And I think it's important to make the businesses a part of the discussion because they are also our contributors to our community.
Exactly. So what's the future for not only this community, but Menlo Park as a whole?
Well, definitely strengthening those ties. I believe that focusing on health and wellness is important. Stay involved, listen, learn, and participate is very important.
I think that's great. Thank you again for letting me join you on this little tour and letting us actually come into your world for a little bit. You're a perfect example of showing that, hey, if Mayor Cecilia Taylor can have a voice on a place that she grew up in, you can dream big too. And it may be your American dream to make sure that your community is doing the things that you find near and dear and important to you. So until next time, thank you so much, and hopefully this has inspired you.
Our last story of the week is brought to you from Katy, Texas, where we get a brief overview of a community called Cinco Ranch. Let's hear it from Sandy Accord.
Sandy Accord here with Liz Carter and Team Realty, and today I want to show you guys around Cinco Ranch, which we've been selling in Cinco Ranch since they broke ground in the early 90s. So I guess you could say that we're specialists. Cinco Ranch is easily one of the most premier communities in the area. It was originally owned by the Mexican government and was granted to Stephen F. Austin's dad. So it was later sold in the 1930s to William Willis and 4 of his friends, and in a nod to its Spanish roots, they named it Cinco Ranch for the 5 amigos. Home prices in Cinco Ranch range from the $200,000s to several $1 million, and they come in every size, price point, style, everything that you can imagine. So there truly is something for everyone. Cinco Ranch has wonderful infrastructure and is also zoned to Katy Independent School District, which has some of the best schools in the nation. Cinco Ranch is conveniently located between I-10 and West Park, so it makes great access to downtown, West Chase District, Energy Corridor, the Galleria, a breeze. You can be there in no time. You can get all of this with a buzzing economy and very low cost of living, which makes for a very great place to call home and raise your family. If you'd like to buy a home in Cinco Ranch or sell a home, please give me a call today.
We strive to bring you the best stories from across the country that embody the ideals of the American dream. And we hope that you saw something new and entertaining. We would also like to thank all of our viewers and our sponsors for helping us grow this show. We couldn't do this without your support. I'm your host, Jem Morris, and thank you so much for watching.